Back on the air here, we've had a couple of technical difficulties, but currently it is 2-1, and last time we talked, I believe it was 2-0. So here's a rundown of how the inning has gone down here in the home half of the second inning. There's an error at short, then a ground out to first. That moved up the runner, Ashton Miller, to second base, and then a fly out to center. It kept the runner at second, and then an RBI single into left by Tyler Hale brought us to where we are, and a strike three called there on Nico Masso. And with that, the side is retired. So at the end of 2 innings, the score 2-1. Your Cougars lead it on the South Line East Cougars Sports Network, bringing you NHSAA final action. We'll have the top of the third inning coming up. 2-1, Cougars lead it. Here in the top of inning number 3, it is Paulo, Harrigan, and Aloisio as it is 2-1 Cougars. And this one is hammered in the air, but straight at the left fielder who makes the grab, and there's one pitch, one down to begin inning number 3. That'll bring up Hayden Harrigan as now Paulo 1 for 2, Harrigan 0 for 1. He rounded back to the pitcher, moving Paulo over to third after his double to lead off back in the first inning. Pitch on the way from Hale is on the outer half of the plate for a strike, 0-1. Sun beating down on the field, a almost cloudless day, just a couple cirrus clouds in the area. Is a breaking ball on the outer half. Nicks the corner, and it's 0-2 against Hayden Harrigan. Cougars up 2-1 here. This one is fought off down the left field line, and a foul ball! Harrigan rounds first. He is cruising into second base with a one-out double. A double down the left field line for Hayden Harrigan. And that sets up one down with runner in scoring position here for the Cougars. And Anthony Aloisio now to try to help out his own cause. He lined out at the third baseman for a double play, which got Paulo off of first base, in which he was out, which in essence was a 1-2-3 inning, only facing 3 hitters that inning. So Aloisio will stand in here. Trying to get an RBI here. This one is grounded through the left side for a base hit. And no penalty and error enough, but we'll check. Runners on the corner. Reaching on the error, that the third baseman, that'll bring up Bobby Porter. Runners on the corners. BP4 standing in here. First pitch on the way. That's a breaking ball upstairs, and taking second base with ease is Aloisio, and that puts runners at second and third. 1-0 the count on Porter as he takes a fastball on the outer half for a strike, which evens this count up at 1-1. So we had a couple of technical difficulties, but we're back on the air. A different broadcast name as this one's grounded. Back up the middle for a base hit. Coming home is Harrigan. He will score. And here comes Vischelski, and he will score as he came in. Aloisio took second base and was able to come home. A 2 RBI single for Bobby Porter. Porter getting out on the play.
I got out in second.
That one's in there for a strike.
Second
baseman. That one misses, and it's 1-1.
All right. You're on it, Donnie.
One's fouled out of play, and now it's 1-2 on Johnny Mifsud, who singled in a hole to short back in the second inning. Came around to score the first Cougar run, the first of 2 in this game. The first of 4, excuse me. This one's grounded deep in the hole. Scher not going to make a play, and back-to-back singles to short for Johnny Mifsud. Well, Mifsud now on first base, and that'll bring a Max Denny, who singled into left field last time. Four to 1 Cougars lead, heading down to second base. We've got time called. And we've got obstruction, and he's going to move up 90 feet. Mifsud stolen base, and then obstruction allows him to head to third base, and all of a sudden now 90 feet away from making this a 5-1 ball game. Winner of this game would be playing a week from today in Carleton Airport in the regionals. Cougars have not made a trip since 2014 as that one's outside for a ball. 2-0 on Max Denny. This one is flared down the left field line and will leave the confines of the ballpark 2-1. As we said, the softball game earlier, the girls winning their second district title in school history, and the Cougars have not won a district title the same year as the softball team in school history, as it's a cut on and missed and moved the count to 2-2. On around third base is Donnie Mifsud. Just one fouled back out of play, and the count stays at 2-2. Forward to get there, Roy Swarzinski on deck. Denny was dealing in game one as he was able to toss a 5-inning no-hitter against Romulus High School. It's a breaking ball. This one's hit in the air. Right center field arranging over, and he makes the grab. And with that, the side is retired, but not before 2 men come to the plate. And the Cougars lead it 4-1. We head to the bottom of inning number 3. Cougars on top 4-1. This is your home for South Plains East Baseball on the Cougars Sports Network, bringing you MHSAA District Final Baseball. Hey, here on the Cougars Sports Network, here in Romulus, Michigan, at Romulus Summit Academy. 4-1 in the bottom of the third inning we head to, and leading off it'll be John Bergler, who singled to left field to begin this ball game in the home half of inning number 1 for the Chargers. Aloisio toeing the rubber for his third inning of work, in the first pitch on the way is a fastball just missing at the top of the zone, 1-0. Breezy day at the ballpark now as that one's flared in the air. Diving play, and Paulo makes the catch in center field. A nice play out there, and there's one down in the inning. Paulo coming in, and Aloisio getting some help from his defense as well, as Paulo makes a nice sliding play, feet first in center field, one down here. This one is grounded in the hole. Swarzinski with a nice play over the first, and he's out. And that's 3 pitches, 2 outs in the inning. Looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game is Aloisio, and that brings up the pitcher Brandon Hale, who lined out to right field back in the first inning. First pitch on the way to Hale is a fastball low. Aloisio peers in for the sign from Harrigan. Here is the 1-0. This one is a high chopper deep in the hole at third. Swarzinski has a strong throw, and he got him at first base, and a 1-2-3 inning for Aloisio, a much-needed one, as the Cougars have another scoreless inning. That's 2 out of 3 for Aloisio against the Chargers as we head to the 4th inning. After 3, the Cougars lead 4-1 on their quest for a 3rd district title in school history. It's your home for South Line East Baseball on the Cougars Sports Network, bringing you MHSAA District Final action. Top of the 4th inning, and 2 up for the Cougars. It is Roy Swarzinski looking to get things going against Brandon Hale on the hill. Swarzinski had a single to right back in the 2nd inning, and he takes the first pitch hack and fouls it back on a play 0-1. Swarzinski's Gavar Saffron in the 7-8-9, 2 up here in the 4th for the Cougars. Pitch on the way, it's low, and it runs the count out of 1-1. Hale into his windup to 1-1. Swing and a miss. Swarzinski just a bit out in front as he took some off there was Hale, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, peering in for the Sun, who is windup to 1-2. Just missing on the outer half. That'll even up the count now at 2-2 to Roy Swarzinski. Matt Scher here with you on the Cougars Sports Network, bringing you South Line East action in the MHSAA. As that's a ball in the dirt that skirts away from the catcher and runs the count full now at 3-2. Catcher Horning not able to All that one in. Here's the 3-2 on the way from Hale. Outliner back up the middle of base hit, and a good one at that. Solid contact, the best of the day for Swarzynski, as he's now 2 for 2 in this ball game. And he leads off with a hard hit, Sinai single back up the middle over the bag at second. And that puts one on with nobody out for Ryan Scavars. Scavars flying out to center field back in the second inning. Cougars up 4-1. Scavars shows bunt, pulls back. Throwing on to second, not in time, as an easy steal for Swarzynski as he moves up 90 feet in the scoring position. And the first pitch, I believe, is a ball. 1-0 the count. Pitch on the way from Hale. This one is a one-hopper to second over to first base. But he gets the runner over. Now one down in the inning. That's a 4-3 Putoniker scoring with us back home. And that'll bring up Jake Heffernan with a runner 90 feet away in Swarzynski at third base.
Move him over, Rhino.
Base hit could make this a 5-1 game here. Heffernan was able to deliver. He was set down by way of the K back in the second inning as he takes the first one for a ball, 1-0. Hale comes sent, the 1-0. On the outer half of the plane, 1-1. On deck is Jack Powell, who is 1 for 2 in this contest. That's off the outer half, and it's now 2-1 on Jake Heffernan. Heffernan, a junior, second year of varsity action. It's a pitch on the way, a swing and a miss, and it evens up the count at 2-2. Hale comes set, the 2-2, swing and a miss, and Heffernan is set down for the second time today by way of the K. 2 down, and that turns the lineup back over to the top for Jack Powell. Jack Powell stands in. He had a double to right center, but was caught up at third base back in the first as he hits the first one skied in the air to right field. Emerging back is the second baseman, and he's able to make the play, and with that, the side is retired. So the Cougars strand a man at third base, not able to get any runs across. We head to the home half of the fourth inning. Cougars up by the score of 4-1, and Aloisio to go back to work. When we come back on the Cougar Sports Network, you're on for Southline East Baseball on the MHSAA District Final. Home half of the fourth inning, and it is Brendan Koszowski to start things off. He was sent down on a 1-2 pitch by way of the K to end the first inning. Aloisio just giving up one run into the second inning. That was a man that reached via an error at shortstop. But other than that, nothing doing against Aloisio. He has been on point today. Let's see, first pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. 1-0 on the way from Aloisio. It's a breaking ball, check swing, but didn't matter. It caught the outer half, and it's 1-1. Aloisio into the windup, the 1-1 on the way. This one is fouled down the right side, and that one will find the seats out of play, 1-2. One ball, two strikes, and Koszowski has the offering on the way. Breaking ball is high, but fouled back out of play anyway as Koszowski pulled the trigger, and the count stays in 1-2. Louisiana into the windup. Here is a 1-2 once more. Swing and a miss on the outer half, and that is the third strikeout of the game for Louisiana. Second one today for Koszowski, and there's one down in the inning, and that brings up Ashton Miller. Reached on an error and came around to score the only run on an RBI single by Tyler Hale, for the Chargers as he flares the first one down the right field line out of play. 0-1 on Ashton Miller, who checked in to the semifinal game at a 347 clip. He reaches base 4 out of every 10 times, and OPS just shy of 800. That one's outside, and it's 1-1. Fastball is just off the plate on the outer half. 1-1. This one is a slow roller to Swarzynski. Picks it up, fires across the diamond with ease, and gets him by a couple of steps. And Swarzynski has been busy over at third base. That's now 3 putouts in the game for Swarzynski. 2 up, 2 down to begin the fourth. Two up, 2 down, and that brings up Jordan Koszowski, who rounded out to first base, where Denny applied the tag himself at first as that one's flared out of play, 0-1. Narrowly missing one of those cars down there. Louisiana's 0-1. This one is grounded sharply in the hole. Shortstop Porter with a hard throw, but not going to be in time. That'll go as an infield single. Deep in the hole at short, and that's a 2-out infield single for Koszowski. And that will bring up Kevon Curry, who flied out to center back in the second inning, his only plate appearance today. Louisiana working from the stretch, comes set, checks some runners, peripherals. First pitch on the way, a ball in the dirt. Picked by Harrigan and heading back over to first base. In case of the back pick was Koszowski. 1-0 the count. 1-0 on the way, a fastball right at the letters for a strike. That puts the count at 1-1 on Curry. We're going to get there. Tyler Hale, the third baseman for the Chargers, on deck. 1-1. This one is hit in the air to center. Powell has to converge and makes a shoestring catch in center field. And with that, the side is retired. So they leave a man on an infield single at the end of 4 innings. 4-1, the Cougars lead it as their quest for a third district title in school history continues. We head to the top of inning number 5 on the Cougar Sports Network, your home for South Line East Baseball in the MHSAA District Final. Hayden Harrigan to lead off the top of the 5th inning for the Cougars, and he currently is 1 for 2 in the ball game with a double to left field. Back in the 3rd inning, that got things started for run number 3 and 4 in this ball game for the Cougars. First pitch, that one is hit in the air, left center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit, and Harrigan now 2 for 3 for the Cougars. That'll bring up Anthony Aloisio, 0 for 2, looking for his first hit. Could reach on an error back in the third inning. He also lined a hot shot down to third base. Ended up being a double play, getting Paulo off guard. Didn't have anywhere to go. Was hit right at the base. Pick up a tip back to first base. Just getting back in without a slide, however, is Harrigan. Coming set, here is the offering inside with the fastball thrown down to second. Not going to be in time as Harrigan uses his elusive speed to get down to second base in plenty of time. 1-0 the count on Aloisio. It's just allowed 1 run through 4 innings on the bump. So that's a fastball outside, missing with it, 2-0. Birth name Anthony, but his teammates affectionately call him Tony. So that one's on the outer half, 2-1. So we have Bobby Porter on deck in the 4-hole. He had a single, tried to stretch him a double, but was cut down. That one is grounded to Scher. Over to first base and got him in plenty of time. Was able to advance the runner Harrigan over to third base. Now the 6-3 putout, and there is 1 down in the inning. That brings up Bobby Porter, the 4th. Father Bobby Porter, the 3rd in attendance today. First pitch on the way, breaking ball upstairs. Catcher trying to bring it down, but unconvincing to the home plate umpire, and it's 1-0. Porter standing in. This one is skied in the air to center field, giving chase back, way back in center, and finally making the grab. It'll go recognized, however, as a sacrifice fly RBI, and Porter gets the job done. 2 down in the inning, but they'll trade it out for a run. It's now 5-1 Cougars, as Harrigan came home to score. 2 down in the inning, and Donnie Mifsud now with nobody out. Breaking ball catches the heart of the plate, 0-1. Mifsud standing in. Here is the 0-1 on the way. Fastball Campbell, it's popped up foul. Third base side, and that will leave the confines of the ballpark 0-2. The ball's 2 strikes. The offering from Hale. This one is grounded to short, deep in the hole. Bobbled once, throw over to first. Not in time. Mifsud beats it out. An infield single for Mifsud. And Mifsud now 3 for 3 in the ball game, having himself a day. Drove 4 in, 3 of them coming on his RBI triple in the first inning, back in game number 1 against Romulus. And now taking off for second base as that one's in there for a strike. He'll slide in safely with a stolen base. That was in there for a strike. 0-1 to Max Denny. He's got a runner in scoring position here with Mifsud. And this one is hit in the air, deep to right field, backtracking, and an over-the-shoulder grab in right. What a play by the right fielder. Mossel, my goodness, an over-the-shoulder grab. Desk in right field, and with that, the side is retired. The Cougars only able to stretch across 1. They lead it 5-1 heading to the home half of the 5th inning. Here on the Cougars Sports Network, bringing you South Lyon East baseball and MHSAA district final action. Tyler Hale to lead it off. It's 8-9. One hitters, two up for the Chargers of Canton Preparatory. Aloisio towing the rubber. Looks like some action down in the Cougar bullpen. So first pitch is grounded in the hole deep short. Porter over to first base in plenty of time. Gets the out. And 6-3 on that put out. One up, one down. That'll bring up Nico Mossel. Mossel checked into game one of this district day, hitting .233 as he grounds one in the hole at short over to first. Not in time. That'll go as an infield single. Infield single in the hole to deep short, and that'll bring up John Bergler, who is 1 for 2 in this contest. For the ground ball double play here, if you're Aloisio with the fastball outside, missed with it, 1-0. Double play could get him out of here. The ground ball, as this one is hit in the air to left field, right under his varsity. He makes the play, and there's 2 down to the inning. 2 down, runner on first for Carson Horning, the catcher. Reached down a fielder's choice back in the first inning and then grounded out to third. Back in the third. Fastball up and in, and he has to spin his way out of there. 1-0. Toasty day out at the ballpark as this one is flared in the air to right field. Heffernan dives, it gets by him. Rounding first and heading for second. And misjudged base running as that may have cost the Chargers a run. Is only able to go first to third was Mossel. He thought maybe he would have caught it, but able to just get from first to third instead of scoring. And it keeps the game 5-1. Horning will get credited with a single to right field and then advancing on the air. See, first pitch is fouled away, 0-1. Aloisio comes center as the second pitch, and that one is cut on and missed and quickly in a hole, 0-2. Aloisio back on the mound, peers in for the sign, the 0-2 on the way to Hale. So liner, pass it out, and Porter, 1 run will score. Rounding third, the throw into the plate, and he is out at the plate. He got him. The throw down to the plate, and he's able to get him out. The throw brought him right into the lane. There may have been an argument there, but he was waiting for the baseball hand to get it and applied the tag, and with that, the side is retired. However, the score after a couple come across, at least one in this inning, the score is 5-2 as we head to the top of the 6th inning on the Cougar Sports Network, your home for South Lyon East Baseball and the MHSAA District Final. Top of the sixth inning, and the score 5-2 Cougars, and Hale back on the mound, and it's Swarzynski, Scars, and Heffernan to get things rolling here in the 7-8-9 as the first pitch is a fastball low and outside 1-0. A 3-run baseball game here, and for the Cougars a little too uncomfortable here. Never want to be too comfortable in a lead, especially 3 runs. It's 1-1. With that one catching the corner. 1-1 to Swarzynski. Breaking ball is fouled back out of play, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. The offering on the way. Breaking ball is hit on the ground through the right side, and he's going to reach to start things off. So a leadoff single through the right side for Swarzynski, and that'll bring up Ryan Scavars. 7-9 go up. They're looking to try to get some production here. Pitch on the way from Hale. That's upstairs to Scavars, 1-0. Now Swarzynski 3 for 3 in the ball game, joining his teammate Donnie Mifsud, who's also 3 for 3. And by the way, Mifsud 3 for 3 with 3 singles in the hole to short. They got a attempt back to first base, and sliding back in safely is Swarzynski. Count 1-0, 5-2. The Cougars lead it. Trying to add some insurance runs here in the 6th. Fastball outside, missed with it. Throw down to second, not in time, as Swarzynski is able to move up 90 feet with ease on a stolen base. The pitch missed, and it's 2-0 back at home plate. Hale's 2-0 outside, and he works it to 3-0. Scavars does against Brendan Hale. He checked in to today's district semifinal, in which he threw 13 pitches. That one's in there for a strike, taken all the way on the 3-0. Was Scavars moves the count to 3-1. At a 3.79 ERA, topping his team. This one is grounded foul off of the fencing in front of that first base dugout. Count fills, 3 balls, 2 strikes on Scavars. Scavars will be attending Madonna University in the fall and playing baseball for the Crusaders in the NAIA. That one is hit in the air to right field. A little bit of trouble, and that's going to fall in. Scavars will try to head up another 90 feet to second, and he will safely. A double, and that puts runners now on second and third. That'll bring up Jake Heffernan. Runners on second and third. A prime opportunity here for some RBIs as Heffernan fouls it back to the screen. He is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Looking to avenge that and erase the 2 at-bats earlier out of his memory with a big hit here. Pitch on the way, low for a ball, 1-1. Nobody out in the inning, second and third. Prime opportunity for the Cougars here. They're up by 3, hoping to extend that heading to the home half of the 6th inning. This one is grounded back up the middle to short. Over to first base, and he's safe. Beats it out, and a run comes across the score, and Swarzynski. So an infield single to shortstop. And that puts runners now at first and third on the corners, and an RBI on that infield single for Heffernan.
Good swings, Jack.
That brings up Jack Pallow, 1 for 3 in this contest. Stepping off and looking the base runner back And Heffernan was Hale on the mound. Hale peers in for the sign. He comes set. Pitch on the way. Is in there for a strike and a stealing second base with no throw is Heffernan. Runners now on second and third with no bunny out. The 0-1 is flying in the air to right field, having trouble with that one. It'll land foul. Puts the count at 0-2 on Jack Pallo. Runners on second and third. 0-2 count and a breath of new life for Pallo as he flied one down the first base side, but it evaded the first baseman and Connor O'Hara. Hale's 0-2. This one is chopped. Third base side. This might be trouble. Over the first, not in time, and it's thrown away. Out of play. And another run will score as Pallo will head up to second base. So an infield single for Pallo as he was able to beat it out and heads up to second base on the error. The error on the shortstop allows him to get up to second base after the infield single. And we're going to have a pitching change in a moment here. The new pitcher on the mound will be back. The score, 8-2, Cougars lead it. And a new arm on the mound. We'll be back on the Cougars Sports Network here for South Lyon East Baseball and the MHSAA District Final. A new pitcher in the game is Connor O'Hara. Came over from first base. He's got a 4.61 ERA, and the first pitch on the way to Harrigan is in there for a strike 0-1. A 4.61 ERA, checking in to today's district contest. Pitch on the way, the 0-1. That ball gets away, a pass ball, and it allows Paulo to advance up 90 feet to third. 90 feet away from making this a 9-2 ball game. On a day that the softball team was able to win the district final 15-0. That one's inside. Now, baseball and softball have never won districts on the same year. It's been 2013 and 14 for the baseball team, and 2015 and now 17 for softball. Baseball looks to join them. So that misses off the outside, and it's now 3-1 to Hayden Harrigan. 3-1 on the way. This one is hammered back up the middle for a base hit for Hayden Harrigan, an RBI single, and it's now 9-2 Cougars. Then we'll bring up Anthony Aloisio now with a big lead. 9-2, a 7-run advantage for the Cougars here. Coming set, here is the first pitch on the way to Aloisio, and it's in there on the outer half for a strike, 0-1. Harrigan does have a stolen base back in the fifth inning, last inning. And he's off again. This one is grounded to third. And to take out the double play opportunity over to first. And Harrigan moving first to third. Good base running by the junior. 5-3, put out one down in the inning, but a good job there by Hayden Harrigan as he's able to go first to third. So first pitch now fouled away by Bobby Porter, 0-1. Third here for the Cougars in Harrigan. He represents run number 10 in this contest. Pitch on the way outside, 1-1. Tried to hit the outside with the breaking ball, but moving a bit too much. There it comes set. 1-1. This one is line down the left field line, but foul. Close call there for the Charger faithful, as that could have put this game at a 10-2 advantage. Instead, it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. And here is O'Hara's offering. That ball's in the dirt, blocked by Horning, and it moves the count to 2-2.
Come on, Bobby. Come on, kid. Drive it.
O'Hara comes set. 2-2. And Porter sticks his bat on. He's able to foul this one off and goes up against the building. Back out of play in the conference. Now the Cougar Sports Network bringing you MHSAA district final action. This one is now hammered in the air, medium depth center field. Making the grab, tagging. From third is Harrigan. He will score ahead of the throw. Sacrifice fly RBI for Bobby Porter. He's now got 2 of those in the game, both of them to center field, and both of them bringing home Hayden Harrigan. Back-to-back sacrifice flies to center field, scoring Hayden Harrigan for Bobby Porter as he's got the job done twice now. and it is 10-2 Cougars, up by 8 in Donnie Mifsud at the plate. Now 3 for 3 in the ball game. One of two Cougars at 3 for 3. The other one is Royce Warzinski. Mifsud standing in. First pitch from O'Hara. This one is skied in the air. Second base, camping under it and making the grab. And with that, the side is retired, but not before 5 runs come to the plate. The Cougars have broken it open. Now up 10-2 as we head to the home half of inning number 6. As the Cougars lead it big and now are just 6 outs away from doing something they have not done in 3 years. This is your home for South Lyon East Baseball on the Cougars Sports Network, your home for MHSAA Final Baseball. Home half of the 6th inning. Cougars lead at 10-2 here. Matt Scher here with you, bringing you Cougar Baseball on the Cougar Sports Network. MHSAA District Final action. The Cougars up 10-2. First pitch on the way from Anthony Aloisio, who has been dealing so far as that one misses on the outside, 1-0. To the hitter, Brandon Koszowski, who has been set down twice by way of the K in the swinging fashion, and this time he connects with one on medium depth in the air to left field. Scavar's under this one, and it's 2 pitches, 1 out to begin the home half of the 6th. That'll bring up Ashton Miller, who is 0 for 2 in this one. Reached on an error back in the 2nd and was able to come across and to score one of 2 runs. Chargers in this one. First pitch on the way to Miller is on the outer half for a strike, 0-1. The one on the way from Aloisio, and this one is flared in the air to right field, converging in right field, and making the grab is Jake Heffernan. Two up, 2 down to begin the 6th. Pitch on the way from Aloisio is fouled back on a play to the right side. 1-1. The one on the way from Aloisio. It's a fastball elevated, flied on the first base side up against the wall, and Denny makes the grab, and with that, the side is retired. So the Cougars are just 3 defensive outs away from their first district title since 2014. As we head to the 7th inning, the Cougars lead at 10-2 on the South Lyon East Cougars Sports Network, bringing you MHSAA District Final Baseball. So pinch hitting to lead it off, and is Josh Scher to start things off in place of Max Dooney. The brother of yours truly broadcasting, and Scher hits one in the air to left center, and this one's gonna fall in. Scher rounding first, he will get into second base with that double. What a hit by Scher. He gets that double to start things off. Leadoff double for Josh Scher as he's able to elevate down one, and that'll bring up Logan O'Rourke pinch hitting here for Royce Warzinski. Well, Logan O'Rourke will pinch hit here.
Let's go, Logan.
Well, Scher with the leadoff double to center field. That'll bring up Logan O'Rourke as the Cougars look for a couple of insurance runs here. O'Rourke stands in here. First pitch on the way. Anthony's for a strike, 0-1.
Come on now, stick.
Turning in for the sign is O'Hara. He comes set. And the 0-1. This one is flared in the air. Short third base side, and the pitcher will take it himself. And O'Hara, and there's one down in the inning. So that'll bring up Ryan Scavars here in left field. And Scavars is 1 for 3 with a double. So right field scoring a run in the 6th inning. Here in the 7th, a leadoff double by Scher. A runner in scoring position here for Scavars. Pitch on the way. So low for ball, squirts away. Scher will head up on the pass ball, and he will move up. That should be a wild pitch scored on that one, but it's 1-0. Well, Scher now just 90 feet away from scoring position. Base in here could make it 11-2. Pitch on the line to Scavars as he fouls one back to the screen, and it's 1-1. With Ryan Pichelski on deck, who came in as a defensive replacement last inning, failed to mention that. Able to find that out after the inning. He was in right field making a play out there, and there's a fly ball. This one is in the air, short left field, making a dive in the crowd, and a throw back to third. Not in time to Scher retreats, and a nice play out there in left field. 2 down in the inning, and that brings up Ryan Pichelski.
Come on, pitch. Do a job, kid. Here we go now.
Pichelski, a base hit here, would make this game 11-2. Trying to drive one in here.
Come on, bring Sherby home, kid. Go, Nine. Good job, kid. Good job.
Pitch on the way to Pichelski. Breaking ball upstairs. Didn't bend enough, and it's 1-0.
Bring him home, kid. He wants to score. He wants to score.
Scher 90 feet away on third. 1-0 the count from O'Hara. This one is grounded foul. Third base side, and it's 1-1. Couple of clouds coming in, giving some shade and some relief to the fans. Desperately dehydrating in this hot sun. John the way misses upstairs, and it's 2-1. Matt Scher here with you on the Cougars Sports Network. Pitch on the way. This one is skied on the infield. Third base side trying to make a play. That'll fall in. They made contact in fair territory, and the run comes home to score.
Hey, first off. Let's go.
The error on the catcher allows this inning to continue. Scher came home to score, and it is 11-2. Breaking ball upstairs, has to spin out of there is Jack Powell, and it's 1-0. The sound pitch on the way. Fouled back to the screen, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jack Powell. Will be followed by Hayden Harrigan if this inning were to get extended even further. Powell 2 for 4 with an infield single and a double to right center field. Pitch on the way. That's low with the breaking ball, 2-1.
I don't want to go. Let's go forward. Come on, kid.
Coming set O'Hara. Here is the 2-1. Breaking ball misses outside. Now 3-1 on Jack Powell. Coming set. Here is the 3-1. Breaking ball spins him out of there in ball 4. Powell is aboard, and the inning will continue for Hayden Harrigan. Now with runners at first and second, as Pachalski moves up 90 feet to second base. Well, Harrigan will stand in here. He is 3 for 4. He has a double and 2 singles and has scored all 3 times he's been on base. 2 of those, the last 2, on sacrifice flies to center field by Bobby Porter.
Come on, Hayden. Let's go, kid. Drive on.
Pitch on the way. This one's grounded foul down the first base line and was just a couple inches away from possibly getting that 4th hit and being 4 for 5 on the day.
Come on, sticks.
That one's in the dirt, missing with it, 1-1. On deck, we were to get there is Anthony Aloisio. Fastball upstairs in the attic, 2-1. It's outside and high. 2-1 the count on Hayden Harrigan. Anthony Aloisio on deck, who has pitched 2-run baseball through the first 6. And this one is hit in the air into left field. That'll fall for a base hit, rounding third and heading for home. And colliding. And Pachalski has been tossed out of the game. And he collided with the catcher. And he is a bloody face at this one. Blood coming down his face, and so we will pause here on the Cougars Sports Network with 2 down in the inning. So Pachalski ended up getting ejected in that inning for his collision at home plate. So the count now, as we had to figure that out, 2-1 on a Kamon Curry, and the Cougars are 3 outs away from district champions in 2017. At the top of the zone with the fastball, 2-2. We hope Carson Horning is okay, as he did have the blood coming down his face. Hope that everything's okay. And no, Pachalski did not mean intent with that, as that's fouled back out of play, and that hits the car to the right side, as it's now 2-2 the count on Curry. And Louisiana into the lineup, the pitch on the way. Outside, fills the count now at 3-2. Three-two on the way. This one is grounded. First base side over the glove of Josh Scher. So an error by the first baseman, Scher, and that gives the leadoff base runner here, and that brings up Tyler Hale. Louisiana comes set as Curry's aboard. First pitch on the way, a ball outside, 1-0. Cougars leading 11-2. Looking for the possible double play here. Louisiana comes set, and here is the 1-0. Right down the heart of the plate to Tyler Hale, and it's 1-1. On the way from Aloysius is lifted towards the right side, but that one will land on a play and will evade the vehicles parked over to the right side. 1-2. One and two, the count to Tyler Hale. Aloysius comes set, the 1-2 on the way. Breaking ball, and is fouled back to the right side out of play. The count stays at 1-2. One and two, the count. Louisiana comes set, the 1-2. Anthony's just below 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. The sixth pitch of the bat coming. This one is grounded foul, just in front of the facing of the Cougar dugout, and the count again stays at 2-2, and a lengthy battle ensuing between Hale and Aloysius. Two, once more. This one is grounded in the hole through the left side for a base hit. And now runners on first and second with nobody out. Now they'll bring up Nico Mausol. Mausol standing in is 1 for 2 in the ball game, singled in the hole to short, and then we'll sit down by way of the K of the looking fashion. This one's lifted foul down the left side. That'll leave the confines of the ballpark 0-1. And some activity now going down in that Cougar bullpen. It looks like James Michael will be heating up just in case. Breaking ball is lined into the glove of Scher. Tag second base, and he's out at first base. Tagging first base in a double play. Scher getting the elevation above just a couple credit cards, and he's able to make the play. An L3U double play if you're scoring with us at home. And the Cougars with a 1-0 count out on Burglar, 1 out away. As this one's lifted foul, 1-1. (2013) a district championship, a regional final appearance. 2014 a district championship, regional final appearance. 2017 1 out away from a regional appearance. 2-1 the count on the hitter, John Burglar. Aloysio's offering. This one is grounded. Going to be a tough play to third. Over to first. And he got him at first base. And for the first time since 2014, the Cougars are 2017 district champions.
Go Cougars!
The third time in school history, 2017 district champions. And Aloysio goes the distance. What a way to finish up districts, and we will see you a week from today on the Cougar Sports Network in Carlton Airport. Woo! Cougars district champions, and as always, I'd like to thank the East Cougar Baseball boosters for allowing us to broadcast here on the MHSA, the MHSA for allowing us to bring you Cougar baseball. And I'd like to thank everybody listening in. Thank you. And we will see you a week from today. Regionals. Here the Cougars come. Thank you for listening in. And as always, God bless.